It was a beautiful weekend in New York City, so I went for an evening stroll with my wife around Brooklyn Bridge Park. She yawns even though it's only like 4 p.m., and it's not like the view here is that boring. You've got a sunset behind the city, the Statue of Liberty off in the distance, and all sorts of stuff making its way across the water. But the whole time I was there, I couldn't stop looking up. Not because I'm an optimist, but because there are so many damn helicopters flying around my head. Here's one, and here's one, and here's one, and here's a bunch of them. Sorry, those are birds. Now, if you peek through this thing over to Lower Manhattan, you'll find the helipad where a lot of these things are landing and taking off. And just last week, that's where New York City's mayor stood to tell us that one day, a bunch of us are going to have our own helicopters.
You know, within our lifetime, many of you are going to own your own personal electric helicopter.
Cool. You know we don't have very much street parking in the city, let alone room to store a helicopter inside a one-bedroom apartment like this. But hey, he seems to think this is going to be a reality. But before you move your barbecue out of the way to make room for a rooftop helipad, let's back up. His Honor was speaking from the downtown Manhattan heliport, which is right near Wall Street and has been there since the 1960s. There's also another heliport on West 30th Street, and spots like these are of course used by the news, police, and whoever shot all that B-roll of the Roy kids flying around the city in succession. And a lot of the helicopter traffic being generated in the city these days is by tourists and rich people. As the downtown heliport's website notes, it's convenient for busy executives, leisure travelers, and sightseers. For $200 per seat, plus a facility fee and fuel surcharge, of course, HeliNY runs an aerial tour out of the downtown Manhattan heliport that lasts 12 minutes. And for around that same price, a company called Blade will shuttle you from Manhattan to JFK or Newark Airport, which they claim beats the price of an Uber during rush hour. I don't know about that. Back in August during rush hour, it cost me about $80 to get from Brooklyn to JFK, but then again, I didn't get a free drink in the lounge, aka the Lyft driver's house. From the 30th Street heliport, Blade also runs a $1,025 one-way 49-minute trip over to the Hamptons. As of recording time, tonight's 5:30 is sold out, but there's still one seat left on the 6 p.m. It's also worth pointing out that right now, Frontier Airlines is offering its annual $499 pass for unlimited flights. So for the price of one seat on one helicopter ride for old money to visit their old money, you and a travel partner could enjoy a year's worth of unlimited domestic and international travel. Of course, with heavy restrictions on where and when you can go, on what WalletHub is ranked as America's second worst airline. All of this is to say, as pointed out everywhere from Bloomberg to The Observer, shoppers taking tourists to see the Statue of Liberty for 2 minutes, or shuttling CEOs to and from whatever makes them worth 344 times as much as the average American worker, is very loud. And it's not just along the waterfront.
Can you feel it?
Where I swear I could feel those reverberations on my face. That's on Brooklyn facing Lower Manhattan, but people on the Upper East Side have also been complaining about the helicopter noise too, which must be drowning out the noise of all the helicopter parents up there. And here in my part of Brooklyn, I've spotted them flying all over the place on any average weekday. I started filming it out of my window. There's one, and there's another one. Wait, sorry, that's a bird. And yes, I know my windows are dirty, but I can't clean them from the outside, okay? That's probably why I think these birds look like helicopters. Leave me alone. Bloomberg, the website, not the person, looked at 311 data and found that last year, the city had nearly 36,000 noise complaints related to these damn helicopters. And New York even tried passing legislation dubbed the Stop the Chop Act. No, it wouldn't have placed restrictions on whatever choppy monstrosity Aki is cooking up into a so-called sandwich. It would have limited choppy helicopter traffic in and around these heliports. But the governor vetoed the bill last year, so that's that. A state senator behind Stop the Chop reintroduced a watered-down version of the bill back in March. But at that heliport last week, the mayor unveiled a new plan that hopes to eventually replace all these noisy choppers with, whatever the hell these things are.
Our investment in this technology and the use of this technology is going to allow us to have cleaner skies and stay true to our mission that we stated all the time. Here at the downtown Manhattan heliport, we are going to establish the world's first heliport with infrastructure for electric powered helicopters of this nature. The first one in this country. And we're going to reimagine the assets as a new hub for sustainable transportation.
Yeah, so a few electric helicopter companies demonstrated their eVTOLs along the waterfront. eVTOL being the ear-pleasing acronym for Electric Vehicle Takeoff and Landing Aircraft. As part of this new plan, the city wants to encourage the use of electric helicopters and will require the downtown Manhattan heliport to provide charging stations and support for these machines as soon as the next 5-year contract for the pad comes up.
We're going to have to build out mechanics, We're going to build out operators. We're going to build out who's going to build these helicopters. The pipeline is just unbelievable what we're about to accomplish here in the city.
These eVTOL companies, Joby and Volocopter, claim they can also cut down travel time to the airport inside of these weird-looking drone things. And the mayor also wants delivery services to use EV choppers to reduce delivery traffic on city streets. And of course, he thinks you're going to own one of these joystick-powered things one day too.
I mean, this is just unbelievable when you think about it. It's no different than a joystick on a video game. The partnership with the companies to allowing our young people to use it now in schools.
My only personal helicopter experience was when I played Pilot Wings on Super Nintendo, through which my training to fly a hang glider and go skydiving somehow qualified me to rescue my kidnapped flight instructors from some island. Anyway, the city thinks actual flights from electric air taxis like these will start taking off in 2025 or 2026. And perhaps more importantly than being able to flag a helicopter down to make your dinner reservation, these eVTOLs are significantly quieter than jet fuel or gas-powered choppers. Now, whether or not we'll be zipping around in these things in 2 short years instead of riding the subway is an open question. But in case that future vision ends up coming true, it could end up enshrining moments of peaceful beauty throughout our fair city, at least for a minute or two for a couple $100.